Before talking about what tools we use for build process automation, I just want to explain you what exactly a build process, okay, and why you need an automation. Okay, so let me talk about the build process first. Okay, so what do you mean by build processes? So typically, a software is an application, okay, written by a developer. Okay, when I say written by a developer, right? Okay, so developer writes the code. Okay, that code you call it as a source code. Okay, so this source code can be you can write in any language. So that can be Java, .NET, C, C++, anything. Okay, so the developer will write the code in some source code language. Okay, and this code, right? Okay, cannot be executed on your operating system. Okay, this is a human readable language. So whenever a developer writes and whoever is writing the code, which cannot be executable on your OS or anywhere. Hey Kiran.
Hi Kiranji, good
Yeah,
evening.
sure. Okay, so this code, right? So we wanted to execute it. So as it is a human readable language, a machine cannot understand. You need some interpreter here. Okay, some software you need. So let me try to put in a diagrammatic way so that you can understand much better. So assume this is what your source code. Okay, a developer written some source code. It can be in any language. Okay, and this source code cannot be executed on voice. So I need an interpreter. Okay, some software. So for that, if I give this source code, right? Okay, and that software will give me, okay, an executable code. Okay, so this is going to be executable code. What do you mean by this is this code I can run on my operating system. Okay, so this can be executed on top of your OS. So assume this is your OS operating system. You can execute it directly. Okay, so this source code is only by this is something like in a human readable language where a developer can understand. You might be thinking, why can't a developer write a executable code? Okay, it's impossible. It's not about impossible. It's very tough for anybody to write executable code. Okay, because this is in some sort of a binary language. Okay, we cannot understand a binary language that easily unless you go at the assembly level. Okay, so that's the reason we have the many programming languages. Okay, so what exactly this converter is called? This is called a compiler. Okay, so a compiler is a software which takes your source code as input, okay, converts into an executable format. So this process is there, right? Taking a source code, converting and generating a binary. This process we call it as a compilation in technical terminology, okay, or you can call it as a build in a generic form. Okay, in a generic terminology we call it as a build. So it's a very basic, okay, just converting your source code to executable. So it's not only converting actually, it is doing many things here. Okay, the compiler does many things like it checks syntaxes. Okay, it checks syntax errors. What do you mean by syntax errors? See, whenever you write some code, right, it validates whether you're following the standard, type standard syntax, or are you following the respective things or not. Okay, so example, I would say if you know a little bit of any programming language, C, C++, or Java. Okay, so if I say int I equal to 10, and if you miss the semicolon, okay, that's a syntax error. Instead of int, if you put integer space x equal to 10, so integer is not a keyword actually. So these kind of things your compiler will easily identify and throws an error, and those errors we call it as a compilation errors. Okay, and that is one thing. And it's not only checks the syntax, it will also check semantic errors. Okay, so what do you mean by semantic errors? These are something like it's not about wrong identifiers, wrong keywords and all. It's something like when you put a condition, okay, or a loop which is infinite loop, that's a semantic error actually. Okay, everything is good, syntax point of it is good, but execution point of it is wrong. I think like your statement of one of the line in your code, okay, which is leading to some 10 by 0. 10 by 0 is something like an infinite. Anything by 0 is infinite. So if a statement is leading to that, right, that is not a syntax error. Those kind of things are the semantic error. So your compiler job is to okay, check the syntax errors, check the semantic errors. If there are no errors, ultimately then third thing is the generate a binary code. Okay, so the entire process of what exactly compiler does, we call it a compilation, or we call it as a build. Okay, so this process is there for pretty much every programming language. Okay, so these are all written by a developer. See, the source code is written by a developer. Okay, so this guy writes a code. Okay, and he provides the code to a compiler as an input, and that will convert it to the binary. So this process called the build process, guys. Okay, and the source code can be any language. Okay, it can be Java, .NET. Okay, it can be .NET, whatever, C, C++. Okay, only thing is the compiler will be changing. Okay, so for different programming language, we have a different compilers. And if you look at any of the programming language, first people who develop a programming language, they develop the compiler first, then they develop the source code. Okay, so that's how the any programming language is evaluated. Okay, I mean it's something like the started. Okay, so even if you wanted to write your own programming language, first you have to write your compiler first. Okay, then you start with your programming language. So my full concentration is not to all this programming language. Okay, so I will be concentrating on the Java one. Okay, so this build process is there for pretty much every platform. It's not about only Java only. You can do the build process for even for .NET and all. But I just wanted to show you what all the compilers available for Java. Okay, so the compiler is the Java C for Java. Okay, and for .NET it is MS Build. Okay, and for C, C++, it is going to be what do you call? It's a Make. Okay, or you can call it Make is a tool actually, guys. Turbo C actually. Okay, for C, C++, you can see Turbo C is one of the compilers. So these are the compilers. Okay. Now I want to take the Java as an example, and how do you perform the build process? Okay. So how do you do this build process? Okay. I just gave an example in a graphical theoretical way, but I really want to see. I want to execute this entire compilation animation. Okay. So to do this right, first and foremost, you have to come up with your prerequisites. Okay, prerequisites is nothing but you cannot blindly compare, you cannot blindly do the build actually. Okay, first of all you should have the required software installed in your machine. Okay, so softwares required. Okay, what software you need? So the most important thing is the JDK, which you also call as Java Development Kit. Okay, so this software is mandatory to perform the Java related any compilations, guys. Okay, so if you want to perform any compilation related to Java, this is mandatory. Okay. Now next thing is, so once you have that, right, that's more than enough. Okay. So this is also called a JDK. First we need to install that. Okay. So then you can proceed with and second thing is the source code. So having a compiler is not sufficient. You have a source code to compile it, right? So you should have a source code. So first let me complete the JDK installation on my machine. Okay. And when it comes to Java world, it's an open source and platform independent. Okay. So Java programming is an open source and a platform independent programming language. Okay, programming language where you no need to worry about which operating system you're working. You can write the code in any operating system. Okay, right now I'm working on the Windows, right? So I have to download the JDK for Windows. Okay, just go to the Google, say JDK download for Windows 7. It will take you to some site, any website. Okay, and you can find some softwares called JDK JR server JRE. You might be surprised why, what exactly JRE. Okay, let me explain you one thing, guys. So if you look at this diagram, right, this is something like only build part. Okay, there is one more area is the execution, right? See, uh, let me take eraser. Let me drop it on this part. Okay. Right, so you will get executable binary code, right? Okay, so once you get this executable binary code, so this is it's not, you're not done with entire execution. So this execution, okay, requires an environment where you can run this file. Okay, so you need to run this file. You cannot blindly run on your operating system, guys. Okay, you need some platform. Okay, so some platform, nothing but on OS you cannot directly execute it. See, assume this is what your OS, guys. Okay, so this is what your OS operating system. You cannot run the code on the OS directly. You need some platform and this platform we called as a runtime environment. Okay, runtime environment, right? So for Java runtime, okay, Java runtime environment. This is only specific to Java. If you wanted to execute a .NET one, you need a .NET runtime environment. For C, C++, C++ runtime. So just by compiling, you cannot run the thing. Okay, so you need to execute the code on your operating system. For that, you need the runtime environment should be installed on your machine. Okay, so if you look at this, I talked about the JDK. Okay, now I'm talking about the Java runtime environment. So what do you mean by this is also called as a JRE. Okay, so when you install JDK, okay, when you install JDK, this comes Java compiler, okay, plus it contains a Java runtime environment as well. So if you install, okay, just JDK, right, so it comes with your Java compiler, which is developed and nothing but it contains the compiler and all, and it also contains the runtime environment, nothing but if you have a JDK, that is more than that. Then you might be thinking why JRE is separately there. If you look at the website, I have a JRE, so why this is separately there? The thing is, JR is only for the third party person. Like you have a test engineer is there. Some other people are there. They are not doing any development. They are not doing any build and all. They just want to run your file. You will be building everything. So what you will do, you will just provide this binary file to them, and they don't want any compiler and all. So if they don't want any Java compiler, any development environment, right? They just need a runtime environment to execute. So for those folks, okay, who just want to run it, right? They need a Java runtime environment, which is JRE. Okay, so you can download JR and you can set up. For as a build engineer or a developer, right, you need the JDK guys. The reason it is because you are doing the compilation and execution as well. Okay, so that's what the difference between the Java JDK and the JRE. Okay, then you might be surprised what is server JRE. This server JRE is nothing but this is especially for the your hosting servers guys. Okay, so JRE is different for a development machine, a server machine. What do you mean by server is you might be heard about Windows 2008 server, Linux server, okay, where you host your Tomcat or Logic and all. So they requires the runtime environment little different specific to the operating system. Okay, so for those kind of servers, they go for server JRE, but pretty much JRE server JRE almost same guys. This is most of the time for server centric. That's it. Okay, this is for the desktop centric JRE. That's it. Okay, so this is what about JDK, JRE, okay, and runtime environment. This runtime environments people also called as the JVM. Okay, the runtime environment contains the Java virtual machine guys. Okay, so you shouldn't be surprised by looking at all this work. The runtime environment contains Java virtual machine. Okay, is also called as a JVM. Okay, so this are something like in a buzzwords we use it when we talk about the Java related any keywords and all. Okay, Java development kit, which is JDK, Java runtime environment, which is JRE, okay, and Java virtual machine, which is JVM. JVM is part of your Java runtime environment. Okay, compiler is your part of JDK. Okay, if you install a JDK that contains the Java development kit at the same time runtime, both nothing but compiler and JRE. So remember all these things guys, because even you are not a developer, okay, you should know all these things. I'm not asking you to code anything, okay, I'm asking you to remember the prerequisite to set up a Java environment on your machine. Okay, Ranjit, anything wrong? Can you speak up, Ranjit? Guys, can you all able to hear me? I see this guy ping me he is not able to hear me. Ashish.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. I'm able to hear.
Okay.
I can able to hear you.
Yeah, thanks guys. Let me reply to him. Check your headphones. Okay. Yeah. So this is about the prerequisite guys. Okay. Now let me click on the JDK. See, as a build engineer, I need both development environment and the runtime environment. So I'll go for the JDK guys. Okay. So click on JDK and just accept the this thing. Okay, accept the license agreement, and it's free guys. You just have to say accept and you go for the operating system which one you want to set up. Okay, I told you it's a platform independent Java entire setup. Okay, so let me go for Windows x86 because mine is a Windows 32-bit machine. Okay, so which is 180 MB guys, so I can directly click on it and can download it. Okay, so this is what 180 MB. Just look at the size. I'm not downloading it guys. Okay, yeah, who joined the call? Hey Ranjit. Can you hear me? Can you speak up, please? It's fine? Okay, fine. Yeah, thanks. Keep mute yourself. Okay, cool. So keep yourself in mute, okay? So look at the size, it's 180 MB guys, okay? The reason it is, it's very huge. It contains the development and runtime environment. And if you go back to the runtime environment installer, okay? Click on the runtime and you look at the size here. Can you see? It's hardly 53 MB, nothing bad. So when you say JDK, right, it contains GRE and development. That's the reason the size is very huge. Okay, if you remove GRE from the JDK, right, it comes around 100 MB only. Okay, so both together is 180 MB. So if you want runtime environment, 53 MB is more than enough. Okay, so this is what, like, the size itself will tell you what exactly it contains. Okay, guys, in my machine, I need to set up JDK, right? You just have to download and install it, guys. It's hardly 180 MB. You can download pretty fast. Okay, I'm not doing it. The reason it says just an exe file. You have to double click next. There's nothing like, very configurations or complex things will be there. You just have to do the next thing. It will install. So in my machine, it's already installed. So I don't want to uninstall because it's a pretty easy installation in the Windows. Okay, so what I will do after installation of the JDK, so I want to cross check whether the Java is installed on my machine or not. This is what the command, you go to the command prompt and run it. This will tell you whether Java is installed in your machine or not. So can you see this? So 1.7.0617, this is what the version which I have it in my machine. So it is there in my machine. So in your machine, right, you can install any version, guys, JDK. It need not be 1.7, it can be any version. Okay, so just set up that. So with this, we are pretty much done with the prerequisites. Okay, the next thing is how to build the source code. Okay, now this first part is done. I could able to set up. Now I need to write the source code. So I'm not a developer to write the source code because I don't know any Java programming language. Okay, so what I will do, I just take a help of somebody's code. Okay, so there is a nice tutorial is there for a beginner and hello world. So what this guy is giving, he is giving a directly a program to you. You just copy paste this program in a notepad and save it as a .java. That's it. Okay. I don't know what exactly this code and all. I just want to, I need some source code, guys. Okay. If you want, you can ask a developer and all, or you can just copy paste from somewhere else. Take a notepad, paste it. Okay. Remove this package. Not required. Okay. It's just a hello world program, guys. Okay. It's print star hello world on the console. Okay. I'm just playing around with the hello world only, okay, because I want to show you how a typical developer, once he writes the code. See, I'm a developer, treat me like a developer. I've written this code and saving this file as, okay, so and this directory I just created, guys, and practice online. Okay, so I'm saving the file as hello world.java, right? So I just saved. So because the Java source code, all the files contains an extension of .java. Okay, so hello world.java. So Java is an extension, right? So this is what the source code, guys. See, I have a sample hello world program right now. Okay, now what are the steps to compile and all? Okay, so just follow this document, guys. Even treat me like I don't know anything about the Java build process. I'm just following this document. Okay, so this guy is saying, create a directory and inside that you keep it. Okay, so where did I kept it? Directly in my directory. So what I will do, I'll just try to create a directory src. So because tomorrow if I have multiple Java files, right, so I want to keep everything in one directory. So I just moved my file into source. Okay, src nothing but something like a treat like a source directory, right? So next, he's asking me to create one more directory build class. I don't know what is the reason why he's asking me to create it, but still let me create it. I'll explain you what the purpose of it. Okay, so create, right? Now is it created? See, MD nothing but mkdir, guys. Build classes. Okay, so I've just created it. Okay, now let's see what he's asking me to do. So run this command. So what exactly this command is? So this command is nothing but compile your code. So Java C is your compiler. So if you look at my previous statements, can you see what is the compiler of Java? programming language, it's a Java C. So he is making use of a Java C as a command. So let me check whether Java C is there in my machine or not. Java C. Can you see some output here? It will print you some output. So if it is printing this output is nothing but you have a compiler installed on your machine. Okay. So if you have installed the JRE, you cannot find the Java compiler because it's a development area. Okay. So as you install the JDK, you have the compiler even. So now, just by Java it will not work. You need to provide the right information. Nothing but what is the input directory, where is your source code, okay? And once the compilation is done, it will generate a binary code, right? So this binary code will be having an extension with dot class, okay? So the source code, an extension with a dot Java, okay? So the Java files, if you give it to the compiler, they will generate as the dot class files, whatever the name of the file is there, right? So with the same name, only thing is the extension will change with the dot class, right? So let's try to compile with the help of this command. So look at this command. It's nothing else. Source path. Where is your source code? src. That's it. And hyphen d, nothing but destination. Where are your? Where do you want to copy the dot class file? So now you could able to understand, like, why is asking me to, like, create this build classes. Okay. So he wanted to store the class files in the build class. See, if you don't want to store it there, you can give a dot, guys. Okay. It will create there itself. Okay. But the thing is, tomorrow you have 100 Java files. Okay. 100 class files will be generated automatically. So I don't want to put them in the home directory. I want to move them into everything into a directory called build classes. That's it. Now, apart from that, you need to provide your Java file path. Okay. So this Java file contains the main program, guys. Okay. Main program, nothing but if you look at the source code, right? So this is what the main program. Okay. See, for an entire project, there will be only one main program. Okay. Right now, my project is only one file. Tomorrow there might be 100 files, but 100 files, you don't find the main files for all of them. Okay. You will find only for one file main function, and rest of the function files are called in the within the main file somewhere. Okay. It's a kind of a child dependency and all. Okay. So these are all taken care by developer, guys. You don't worry about it. I'm just trying to explain you why I'm giving this Java file and all. Okay. So try to copy this command and run over here. Right? It is successfully copied, guys, because it successfully generated a binary code without any issue. The reason it is, everything is good. There is no issues with your source code. Now go to build classes. Can you see a dot class file? I told you the outcome is going to be a dot class file. So I try to open this, and this is absolutely a binary file, guys. You cannot understand this file. Okay, even a developer cannot write this file directly. So this is a converted binary file, and now this binary file we can run it. Okay, so to run that, what do we need here? I need a Java runtime environment. Okay, so how do you check whether Java runtime environment is there or not? Okay, so I can check with a command called Java. Okay, if you see some output for Java, nothing but Java runtime environment, guys. Okay, so now what I will do, Java space. Okay, you look at the document, what it is asking you to do. Okay, so this is a command to run your file, binary file. Okay, so you remove the void here, guys, because I removed the package. Okay, so try to copy paste this command, and what exactly this command talks about is, see, this hyphen c is nothing but class pathways. Okay, so build classes and hello world, and hello world is your main class name. Okay, right? Can you see an output of hello world here? So it is successfully executed, and I can see the output. If you want, you can see your source code. So what exactly the developer is doing here? He's printing some hello world on the console. So the same thing it is printing, right? So these are some set of steps over here. Okay, things good. I have successfully built and successfully executed. Okay, pretty good. Okay, tomorrow think about, I have 100 Java files. Okay, so do you want me to run every time? Do you want me to run every class file? No, you don't want to do it. So in between, right, there will be one more step is there. Okay, which we call it as the packaging, guys. Okay, so packaging is really important because, see, we don't have a project with one Java file and all. This is just an hello world example. Okay, so we have the projects with, okay, multiple number of files. When you have more number of Java files and all, we need to package all those things into a single file. Okay, and that packaging is called, in Java terminology, is jarring. Okay, jar nothing but Java archival. Okay, it's equivalent to, like, it's a collection of class files. Okay, tomorrow if you have more number of class files, okay, you need to prepare a jar. Okay, so then how do you prepare a jar? So for that, again, there will be a command called jar available. If you want, you just run it, and can you see some output? So Jar nothing but it's a collection of class files. So let's see the syntax of the jar, how he is executing it. So, okay, before executing, he is creating one directory, guys, build jar, okay. Why this build jar is, he's trying to create one more directory inside the build so that all your jar files will be created inside the this directory, okay. And the jar file extension is going to be .jar, guys, okay. Just copy this, okay, put it here, okay, and remove this m, guys, and remove this manifest, okay. Now this is what the command to copy, create a jar file from the what are the class files available, okay, and put it. So what you mean by C is create f nothing but force and build jar. Your jar name you're giving here hello world.jar and hyphen C. See what is the input for your jar? Class file. So I'm giving the class files. That's it. Your jar is created. Now if you want you can go back and you see hello world.jar here. This jar is created and now your job is to, okay, so execute the jar file. See guys, here one step involved here, that's it, nothing else, okay. So in between here packaging there, okay, so this I'm calling it as a packaging. So packaging is jar, right. So the executable files I'm packaging into a single file called one jar file, okay. Now I have one jar file. So let's try to execute this jar file. Okay, so just have a look at it here. Okay, can you see this throwing an error? No main manifest attribute in build jar hello world, right? So this is nothing but jars are two types over here. Okay, one is an executable jar and another is a non-executable jar. Okay, so what exactly an executable jar and non-executable jar is? Okay, so there are two types jars. One is executable, okay, and another is non-executable, okay. The jar which you created right now is a non-executable, just now, whatever you created, okay. So then what do you mean by executable? I can give a good example with the .NET file. So you guys know about exe file, right? Exe is an executable. Similarly, in .NET world, you have one more file called DLL. You know what? Both files contain the same thing, class files only, which is C# class files, okay. But .NET guys, they write the code in C#, VB and all, okay. So exe is executable, DLL is a library, okay. So DLL you cannot execute by self, but exe you can execute by self. Similarly, even in .NET also we have executable jar, okay, and we have a non-executable jar. But only the difference between both things is here we have a different names exe DLL, but in Java world both are called with a jar. Then you might be thinking, then how do I create an executable jar? Okay, so to create an executable jar, what you're supposed to do it, okay, so you are supposed to create a manifest file. So a manifest file will help you to, okay, create executable jar. Okay, so now just come down. So how do I create a manifest file? Okay, so this guy nicely provided a document for you. So try to run this command on your command prompt, and it is not doing anything else. It is just running the, okay, it is creating a manifest file, my manifest. Can you see my manifest? Just run this and have a look at here. Can you see my manifest? So our file is created. Now next thing is we just try to copy paste this command. This will create executable jar. So the difference between earlier command, you look at the jar command earlier. This was earlier jar command, and look at this jar command. Okay, so only the difference is m manifest. Can you see my manifest? I added this. That's it. That's the only difference. Nothing else. Run this. Right? It is created a jar. Now the jar which is created right now is an executable jar. By looking at the jar file name, right, you cannot find the difference, guys. Okay, so it's the same jar, hello world.jar. Okay, but you can find the difference only by executing it. So what is the command to execute it? Java space -jar and the build jar name. Can you see hello world now? So this is what an executable jar, right? So if you look at the entire process, now we have gone through how to compile, how to package, how to execute it, and what are the prerequisites, what is JDK, what is JRE, what is JVM, what is executable jar, what is non-executable jar, and what is the manifest file. So you see so many buzzwords and keywords over here, okay? So these are all taken care by developer guys, okay? and you should know the setup details. Okay, so this is all about the Java setup in a developer machine or even in the server machine. Okay, now this is only for a hello world program. Okay, so think about a big project having hundreds of Java files and all. Okay, and how a typical developer does the build and all. Okay, a developer will not use these commands to build, guys. Okay, see, these commands are provided by your Java environment, which is JDK and all, but developer will not use this. So the developer will use an IDE tool. Okay, IDE, which is also called as interactive development environment. Okay, so we have IDE tools for pretty much like every programming language. The popular IDE for Java is Eclipse. Okay, so we'll use the Eclipse. So similarly for .NET work, okay, .NET IDE, I can say Visual Studio. Okay, right. See, what do you mean by IDE? It's pretty simple, guys. Why I'm not using Notepad? I didn't like the Notepad because it will give me very few features to me. Instead, I use the Notepad++. Notepad++ is an IDE for me. It is interactive because I feel good with the Notepad++. Similarly, even a Java developer, right? He never code the code in Notepad, guys. He have written just like as a simple program, but he never writes the code in Notepad. He always use the Eclipse. Okay, but the thing is, as a build engineer, okay, we don't use any Eclipse, guys. Okay, so we cannot use Eclipse because we runs the builds in Linux operating system and all. Okay, at a terminal level. You understand what you mean by terminal, right? Yesterday we worked on the Linux putty terminals and all. So where there you don't have ID and all, so you have to deal with the commands only. Okay, so when you deal with the commands, right, remembering all these commands with attributes, okay, it's really tough for even for you and anybody. Okay, so that's where you need some sort of a system where I can automate the things. Okay, because if you make use of all these commands, there are some issues out there. Okay, see, the problems, or you can call it as the issues. Okay, the problems with conventional process, build process, which is whatever we did as of now. See, whatever the process which we did right now, right, it's a conventional build process using the Java tools, Java related tools which they are given to us. Okay, like Java, Java C, Jar and all. Okay, so what exactly the problems are? It's something like time consuming. The main problem is the time consuming. You spend a lot of time on doing all these activities, guys. Okay, if you give a big project to you, right? So think about in an environment where you may need to give the n number of builds, maybe 20 builds in a day. Each build is taking 30 minutes. 20 builds, nothing but how much? Equal to 10 hours if you spend on every day for just for these builds, right? Nobody will accept it because as for this role, right, you have to perform many other tasks. Okay, if you completely spending your entire day on just for doing all these builds, nobody will accept it because they cannot spend give you this much of time to perform the builds and all, right? So that is a big problem. Time consumption is the most important problem of the by the conventional way of the build process, right? So next thing is quality issues. Okay, so what do you mean by this is, see, if you do it manually, okay, thing is, if you do it manually, there is a chance of error prone. Okay, so error prone, nothing but it's very simple, guys. We are humans, we do the mistakes. Okay, if you missed some class file name, okay, some manifest name, okay, and something you missed it, right? So what is happening? Assume your compilation is taking 30 minutes, guys. Okay, and once the 30 minutes is done, you made a jar and all. Okay, and if it is not working, so you have to go through the entire process again, right? So it's always error prone if a human is doing this kind of processes. Okay, routine processes. Okay, so that's the reason we will be leading to the quality issues. We may not be able to give a right build to the end user or the stakeholder, right? And the third thing is going to be maintenance. So maintenance is nothing but today there are 100 Java files, tomorrow 200, okay, tomorrow 300. And one more thing is, if you ask a developer to do the build first time, right, he will do it properly. Second time properly, third time properly. If you ask him nth time, assume 30th time, nobody will like to do the routine task every time. So they may give some sort of less priority or a lenience, and that will lead to again the quality issues. So maintenance is a big problem, and people I mean, you don't need an engineer to do the routine work. Actually, we have so many automation systems are there, they'll take care of it. Okay, so it's something you have to invest time on how to streamline the things, not to work on a routine things. Okay, it's not a routine job to perform everything every time, right? So these are all the issues with the conventional build process. Okay, so to avoid them, right, the management or the development teams and all, they expect We don't want the build engineers to do this stuff. Okay, so we want some automation system. Okay, some automation system is going to take care of entire build process. Okay, so this automation system, okay, who's gonna set up? Okay, so that's what the build engineer will come into the picture, and you are not going to run this builds and all. You are going to, like, set up the build automation. Okay, so that's where you require the automation. So now you know the build process, right? Now next thing is you should know how do you automate your entire build process. Okay, so that's what the main necessity of this role, guys. Okay, we are there to automate the things. We are not there to run the existing thing. Okay, anybody can do that build process. If you give it to a developer, anybody can do it, but we are not there to do the build process. We are there to automate the build process. Okay, so that's where your role comes into the picture, and we need to automate these builds, guys. Okay, I hope now you understand the context why we are learning the build automation. Okay, because build automation is one of the key area for this role, right? So where you will be spending quite a good amount of time on, like, automating and streamlining the things. Okay, because many of the companies, they don't have a build system properly set up actually. Okay, so they says, like, see, even our developers don't do the build in this command line automated. They use the Eclipse. Okay, we don't know how to automate this, so that's where they take your help to automate the things, right? So as I was concentrating mostly on the Java, right? So this automation, you cannot do it manually. Again, you are depending on the some tools, guys. Okay, so what tools available to automate your Java build process? I'm talking about only Java build process. So we have a tools called ANT, okay, Maven, okay, and Gradle. So some tools like, ANT, Maven, Gradle are there. These are all open source and platform independent, guys. Okay, because they are supporting Java, of course they should be open source and platform independent, right? Similarly, I'll give you the tools for what do you call .NET even, guys. Okay, just remember the tool names. If somebody may ask you, like, do you know any build automation tools for .NET work? So don't blindly say I don't know. Say, like, some tool names, okay, and try to explain them. It is pretty much similar like Java, so that you're almost fit for even for .NET builds even. Okay, it's not about the Java. So you can do the even .NET builds. You don't need to be a developer to write the code. Okay, you are a kind of an operational guy to set up the things and process the things. Okay, that's it. So you don't need to understand the code, what they are written and all, right? If you look at the entire year process, what we did, right? We never written any code there. Okay, we are doing the non-coding activities, non-development activities. That's it. Okay, so when it comes to .NET, right? MS Build is a compiler which is available. Okay, or there is one more tool called NANT. Okay, NANT is another tool which is there to, like, compile your. I mean, you do the build process automation for the .NET projects. For C++, there's a tool called Make. Okay, Rake, CMake, some tools are there, so you can make use of any one of the tools, right? So our concentration is only on the Java, right? So let's begin with, okay, one tool called ANT. Okay, now as part of my training, I'm gonna cover you two tools for the Java technology. One is ANT and Maven. So today we'll see ANT build automation. How we gonna do the automation, build process automation with the help of ANT. Nothing but whatever the steps which you did as of now, okay, I need to automate them with the help of the ANT build automation system. Okay, so before start automating with the ANT, right, I need to talk something about the ANT. Okay, so this ANT is in a open source and a platform independent project. Okay, and to set up an ANT, JDK is mandatory. So you have to set up the JDK first, then go with that. Okay, because you're ultimately going to compile the Java programs, and also JDK is a mandatory, or you can call it a prerequisite. Okay, and next thing is it's a scripting language, and is an XML based scripting language. Okay, and this ANT is from Apache organization. Okay, right, Apache is an open source software community, so this ANT is from Apache guys only. Okay, and this is there under development from 2000 year, and still few of the parts are there in the ANT. Okay, so many of them are using the ANT to automate their build process. Okay, so this is some sort of a basic introduction behind the ANT. Okay, and if you wanted to know about more ANT, you can go to the this site, Apache ANT. You just run this one, and this is what the welcome page, and you can see Apache ANT project, guys. Okay, and this is just a XML based scripting language. You have to just install your machine, okay, and make use of it, right? So let me tell you the installation. It's a build tool, guys. Nothing. It's a scripting language. There's no server client architecture and all. Okay, you just start to install. See, for JDK, is there any architecture? No, it's just a compiler you install and write it in the program. Similarly, ANT is also a project which you need to install and make use of the ANT tool. Okay, so how do I install? So when it comes to this, right, there is no exe for this actually. We don't have any exe for ANT. Okay, so instead they provide a zip file for you guys. Okay, so they provide a zip file for you, zip file. So you can find, click on the binary here, just come down, download the zip. So can you see the zip now? 1.9.6. This is what the binary actually. It's hardly 7.9 MB guys. Pretty quick. You can just download it, and it's not an exe, it's a zip file. Now let me show you the instructions how to set up an ANT in your machine. Okay, so once it is downloaded, just click on that. It will extract it, guys. So just copy the this WinZip thing, extract the zip. So just take this and go to your private directory. You can copy to any directory, guys. Okay, and online. This is the directory which I created, right? And let me keep it here. So you can keep it anywhere. Need not be here. So it is extracting it now from the zip. So wait for a couple of seconds. It's extracting now. So let me put the points. So extract the zip. Okay, and second point is going to be set the path variable. Okay, that's what do you mean by set the path variable? There is no installation here. We just have to make use of the ANT command in the extracted directory. That's it. Okay, so let's go there. Okay, done. So go inside this and go to the bin, guys. Okay, inside the bin, try to open a command prompt. Try to run a command called ant-version. Version. Okay. Now, if you could able to see this, nothing but your ANT is working absolutely fine without any issues. Okay, so make sure you have a JDK installed, then only this command will work. Otherwise, this will not work, guys, even by starting and running this command. Okay, so now the thing is, you have to run ANT from only here. But if I go to G drive, I cannot run ANT here, guys. It will throw an error. So to make use of this ANT command everywhere in your machine, like how you used git and SVN, right? Similarly, I want to make use of ANT command everywhere in my machine. I am supposed to copy this path. Okay, go to the my computer properties. Okay, click on advanced system settings. Okay, environment variables. Okay, click on path variable, and here at the end semicolon put it. Sorry guys, it's copied something wrong. Let me copy paste it in a notepad guys first. So this is what my search for ANT here. See, yeah, ANT practice. This is what my regular bash thing. Let me remove this entry. Give a semicolon at the end and copy the path. Right now, come on. Why it is not copying this? Okay. Sorry guys. Take this. Copy this now. Put it here. Yeah. Copy paste entire thing in the entry. Okay. And okay. That's it. Now you open a command prompt. Anywhere you run ant-version. I'm the K7 directory. So just run this. How look at this? Is it now running fine? So that's it. We install the ant now. Okay. And where is my document? Yeah. Okay. So set the environment. Now that's what I did. Set the environment variable. Okay. And check. Go to some prompt. Okay. Run ant-version. If it's working fine, then your installation is done. Right. So this is how you set up your ant. Okay, so once you set up the ant, let's try to start writing the XML file. Okay, see, writing an XML file is nothing but you are trying to automate your build process. Okay, so what are all the things which you did in your manual build process, right? So those are all you are going to put it in a format of an XML file, and this XML file you will give as an input to the ant command, nothing but ant space your XML file, something like abc.xml file. Okay, so if you give this XML file to ant, right, so ant will do your job. It's pretty simple, guys. Whatever you want to do it, build, compile, package, execute, whatever, you put everything in an XML file and give this XML file to the ant. Okay, ant will process on behalf of you. Okay, so that's what the in brief, how ant works. Okay, now let's see how it is working. Let's go to the G drive. Okay, now treat like I'm not giving any input, guys. Try to run just ant and see what is happening. Can you see some error it is throwing? Build.xml does not exist. What do you mean by this is, it is looking for some file called build.xml. Okay, so do you see the build.xml here? There is no build.xml, nothing but by default my ant expects a file called build.xml in the directory where I'm executing this command. Okay, so if it is not there, it throws an error. Now you might be thinking, why build.xml? I have prepared my abc.xml. Okay, well, why not it's not taking my abc.xml? It will not take you by just providing like this. You have to provide an option. Okay, like file. Okay, then it will treat your file. Can you see? ABC it is taking now. Okay, see, anyway it will not exist, and that I agree. So error it is valid, but the thing is it really picking up your file or not? That's important. Okay, so if you give -file, okay, then it will pick up whatever the file you give it. Nothing but if you don't provide any option, default file is build.xml. Okay, and if you want to provide an option called -file, then it will take you a custom file. Okay, it can be file, it can be f, okay, or it can be build file. So three options all are correct, guys. Okay, there's no difference. You might be thinking, why three options? Ant is giving, if you want to know, ant space -help. Help is also an option. Okay, run this command. Can you see help command? And you look at this outputs. Okay, so what is this? Build file, file f, all are use given build file. That's it. Okay, and itself is providing this feature. So now I don't use the first two, I'll use the third one because I'm a lazy guy. I want to type very less. Okay, so one character should be enough, right? So that's how we check and we run the scripts. Okay,